Local doctors are speaking up about a surge in people abusing and harassing them and their staff. Pandemic fatigue is to blame, but it's having a devastating impact on healthcare providers already struggling under the strain. CTV's Penny Daflos reports.
When the pandemic started, gratitude for healthcare workers was on nightly display, but now...
How many times I've had to stop in the middle of a visit with a patient and say, excuse me, and walk out into the hallway of our clinic because someone is yelling at our receptionist.
It's a small number of patients, but as the pandemic drags on, abuse, harassment, and even threats are on the rise.
But I think with the way that some of the roll-ups have been and some of the confusing messages, all of that has led to increases in depression and anxiety.
How dare you? You're a horrible person. A lot of expletives that I can't really say on TV.
Doctors publicly advocating for masks and vaccines have faced intense vitriol from strangers.
We were seriously talking about, well, if you're opening letters, you really should be wearing gloves, because we don't know what these people are capable of.
And while we're seeing more outbursts in retail and food service settings as well, for some, doctors represent the entire medical system and even government. So they've been nearby targets for people angry about long waits for surgeries or vaccines.
There are many people who don't like what I do.
Few have faced the kind of death threats and venom directed at our provincial health officer.
She needs to be hanging from the nooses.
I condemn them utterly. But all of us have to find ways to disagree without personal attack.
It certainly seems that people are on a very short fuse. Any type of abuse or harassment against healthcare workers is just simply not acceptable. You know, you wouldn't do it at home, you wouldn't do it at another workplace.
While the masks may provide anonymity while dehumanizing the targets, the abuse is adding to pressures already faced by those who've been risking COVID exposure in the line of duty.
We're seeing a near doubling of the number of physicians that are reaching out to seek psychological support.
Asian doctors, female physicians, are getting a lot of verbal abuse as well. And we feel like doormats, but we understand it's coming from a place of anxiety, so we'll take it.
Penny Daflos, CTV News, Vancouver.